Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the INTERalliance of Greater Cincinnati's Girls Who Code Club information session. I'm Ayushi, and Mina and I are going to be telling you about the club, what each of these organizations are, the impact of the club that it'll have on you, and the impact you will have on the Greater Cincinnati community. And feel free to put any questions in the chat or hold on to them for the end. So I just want to start off with a little question. And so when you learn how to code, you can create something that will change the world. So while we go through this presentation, we want you to think about the question, if you could build something to change the world, what would it be? And before we start, we want to introduce ourselves. I'm Ayushi Nagpal. I'm a senior at Mason High School, and I'm the Chief Operating Officer of the INTERalliance Leadership Council. And in my free time, I enjoy painting.
Hi everyone, I'm Mina Dumai. I'm the Director of Online Systems of the INTERalliance Leadership Council. I'm a senior at the Gatton Academy, and something fun about me is that I really love to travel, and I've backpacked through South Korea and Japan.
And I am Heather Eccles. I'm the Executive Director and Facilitator for this club. I have been with INTERalliance for the last 2 years, and something that I enjoy doing is reading and playing Nerf guns with my son.
So here's a little overview of what we'll be going through in the presentation today. And this is the first year for the INTERalliance Girls Who Code Club. So as members, you guys would really be setting the foundation, and we're really excited to tell you all about this club.
So I just want everyone to take a couple of seconds and just think to themselves of what they think a programmer looks like. So if you're like most people, chances are you thought of some random guy in a hoodie coding away in a dark basement. But I'm sure you know as well as I do that that's not really what a programmer looks like. So Girls Who Code is working towards changing that image of a programmer because it's not really what programmers look like anymore. So INTERalliance wants to be a part of changing this image by creating a Girls Who Code club, and we'll talk about that a little bit later, just to show that girls can be programmers too. So I just want to give you some background on the Girls Who Code nonprofit organization. So for the first one, as you can see, Girls Who Code is working towards closing the gender gap in technology. And as you can see there, only 24% of programmers are women, and that's such a small amount compared to how many tech jobs there are and how rapidly the tech job market is growing. And so Girls Who Code aims to increase this 24%. By creating a supportive environment just so that girls can learn programming and then just help them network with people in large companies as well as just other girls who are looking towards careers in programming. And so another thing about Girls Who Code is that they've reached over 300,000 girls across the nation. And then within this, they have over 8,500 clubs. And then Girls Who Code also has various programs, and so these includes clubs for grades 3 through 12, and we're here to tell you about one of the clubs that we're starting for high schoolers, as well as college loops for alumni and summer immersion programs. And so the research shows that typically girls' interest in programming drops off around middle school, and so Girls Who Code works towards keeping their interest within programming and then helping them keep that interest throughout high school and college and help them get a job within the job market when they graduate. And so we're just gonna watch a short video to learn what it's like to be a girl who codes. Let me know if you can't hear any audio.
You can hear it.
Hey there, I'm Shannon. I'm Audrey. I'm Brittany.
I'm Margot.
We're Girls Who Code, and this is our show, My Code. Each week you'll hear from us about what it's like to be a girl who codes, as well as some tips and tricks about learning computer science. In my free time, I'm a cheerleader, a Boy Scout, and I also teach kids in my local community how to code. In my spare time, I like to do martial arts like karate, and I also like to play a lot of video games.
I love to go kayaking, also hiking, painting my nails, bike riding, and so much more.
I love playing the ukulele, as well as playing the violin and filming, editing, and directing videos. I learned to code because I love creating things. I want to understand how the apps on my phone work, or how my favorite social media sites like Facebook function.
I learned to code because it gave me potential career and life I've never thought of before.
I've always loved games like Flappy Bird and Rolling Sky. At the time, it seemed like magic. When I learned that they made this stuff through code and that I could learn the code that they used, I thought, why not learn it? Coding lets me create literally anything I can imagine just by typing into my computer.
I can create the next Facebook, Sims, or simply code a robot that can perform amazing surgeries.
I just remember technology always being a huge part in my life. I've always been fascinated with technology. Even when I was really young, I wanted to know how everything around me worked. I was like, how do planes stay in the air? How do people make movies? Why do microwaves get hot?
How was it possible that with a swipe of a finger and a push of a button, all these cool animations would pop up?
But I always thought the actual technology behind it and the actual coding would be too difficult to understand. The fear of coding was only in my head, and I shouldn't let that stop me. Girls should learn how to code because we're a minority in this field. Since computer science is dominated by men, not a lot of products are created for the needs of women.
Code allows you to be as open, creative, and expressive as you can be.
But as more women join the field, we can have a larger say. Once you know how to code, you become instantly way more valuable for all kinds of jobs. Software engineering, genetics, biology.
Even though coding may seem hard and difficult to understand, it is actually very fun.
You can create your own personal website or an app that all your friends can download from the App Store. Technology is such a big part of our world that there are millions and millions of jobs sitting out there waiting for someone like you to go get them. Girls have a lot of great problem-solving skills and great ideas. Companies are looking for you. They want you. So you should go out and take those opportunities.
Thanks so much for tuning into our very first episode of My Code.
We'll be back next week to talk about what it's like to be a girl who codes. Questions? You can leave those in the comment section.
As for the INTERalliance of Greater Cincinnati, we're a nonprofit, and our mission is to promote IT career pathways to local high school students in the Greater Cincinnati area. And so we do this through our different events such as Tech Olympics. We have school clubs known as chapters. We also have IT career camps in the summer, internships at different companies in Cincinnati for juniors and seniors. And there's a picture of the Leadership Council at this year's Tech Olympics in February. And so there's a lot of different ways you can get involved with INTERalliance if you aren't already. And this club is a great way to do so. We also have a website, Instagram, and LinkedIn there at the bottom of the slide to get connected with us. So this club is a free after-school program which allows you to use computer science to impact your community and join a sisterhood of supportive peers and role models. And so there's a lot of things you would learn with this club, both computer science skills and personal skills to help you grow as a person. And so by working in teams to create a project, you'll be learning skills like problem solving, teamwork, variables, team management, time management, communication, confidence, functionals, loops, conditionals. And so these are just a few of the skills that will help you in the future no matter what career path you choose. And coding is a skill that will always be beneficial. And Girls Who Code clubs have 3 pillars, which a lot of their organization is based on. And so the first one is sisterhood. In a Girls Who Code club, you'll meet other girls who are learning to code and are having fun doing it. You'll join a safe and supportive environment of peers and role models, and you'll also gain an alumni network of girls across the country. And the second one is code. You'll learn concepts that form the basis of all programming languages. And so whether you want to build a website, an app, or a robot, you'll already have some coding skills. And if you already do, you can deepen your knowledge since we have activity sets that really help you grow in that skill. And last but not least, we have impact. We'll be solving real-world problems that we care about through code from our CS Impact project as a team.
So we have several goals that INTERalliance would like to work on through our Girls Who Code Club. And so firstly, INTERalliance, I'm sure as you guys know, is an organization with student participation from all over the tri-state Greater Cincinnati area. And so we were hoping for our Girls Who Code Club, we'd also be able to get students from all over the tri-state. And although this club does mainly focus on empowering females, guys are also welcome to join the club as well if they would like. And then our second goal is just to have meetings about every 2 to 3 weeks for an hour after school virtually. And so we do have specific dates already set up, and you can find those on the interalliance.org website. And we did try to avoid dates that are typically busy for students, such as midterms and finals. So we kept that in mind. And then our final goal is just to follow the Girls Who Code Club curriculum. So they do have a set of just activities that we would be able to work on during our meetings. And so Ayushi and I will actually be there as kind of acting facilitators. And so we'll be able to learn with you guys and then also help you learn programming as well during those meetings. And so Girls Who Code kind of has 2 projects that every club can work on. And so hopefully if we have enough interest, our club can take everything we learned throughout the entire school year, and then in the spring, we'll be able to code our very own CS Impact project. And so what the idea of these projects are is that you'll be able to use the skills that you learned to solve a problem you actually care about within your community. So it can be almost anything, whether it be building a game, a mobile application, or a website. But we want you to be able to solve a problem in your community that's meaningful to you. So we're really excited about working on that. And then we'll also be able to do some activity sets that Girls Who Code kind of provides for our meetings. So during our club meetings, we'll be able to work on these, and that allows you to explore computer science and explore your own interests. And so hopefully that works out well for us. And then here are just some examples of previous CS Impact projects that people have done before. So the first is called an Ojibwe translator. And what they did is they just shared a bunch of different resources about the Ojibwe tribe. And then it just helps the user practice their language and just keep their culture alive. And then the second one is called Let Us Eat. And that's actually a game. And it helps educate people about nutrition as well as how to take care of their dietary needs. And then finally, the third one is called Shelter Buddies. And that's a game that teaches users how to take care of pets if they're trying to adopt pets from animal shelters.
So this was Mina and my CS Impact project. In January, through INTERalliance, we got the opportunity to be 2 of 7 Girls Who Code interns at Olay. And we're both very passionate about closing the gender gap in technology and essentially changing the image of what a programmer looks like. And so for Olay's Super Bowl campaign, #MakeSpaceForWomen, we created landing pages to showcase women in technology on their team. For us, it was really great to see our ideas come together and come to life and be able to just make an impact on the women in IT community. And the campaign also raised $250,000 for Girls Who Code.
And then just to kind of wrap this information session up, again, we're going to try to meet about every 2 to 3 weeks on Tuesdays from 4:30 to 5:30 through Zoom. And so our first meeting is September 15th and our last meeting is April 27th. And if you guys are interested, we ask that you please scan this QR code right here and fill out the easy form just to show us that you're interested. And this isn't a binding form or anything, but we just want to gauge interest and see how many people are willing to join the club.
So now we want to address some questions you may have. And so the first one is, do I need CS experience? And the answer is not at all. We have activities for students with 0 computer science experience, but if you do have experience, that's always super beneficial. There's always more to learn through extended activity sets. And since you're working with a team, you'll be there to be a mentor to other girls in this club and empower them and develop your own skills further. Another question we have is, who is eligible to join a club? And so to answer that, this club serves all high school girls in the Greater Cincinnati area, but boys are welcome to join as well. So I just want to put it out to you guys. Do you guys have any questions for us?
Where can we find that QR code?
It will be on the next slide as well, but I also will be sending out a follow-up email with the interest form and these slides if you need to refer to them later.
Cool.
Are there any other questions?
Okay, we can go on to the next slide. So as Mina mentioned, you can find the meeting dates on the INTERalliance.org. So if you click on that, and there's an upcoming events calendar. And so on that, you can find all the meeting dates. By filling this form out, it won't be binding, like she already mentioned. And just to add on a little bit, I just want to say that Girls Who Code, and just mentioning Girls Who Code or INTERalliance when you're actually like in the professional world, it really helps you stand out for internships or jobs. And just being a part of both these communities is really, really impressive. And having that networking is such a big part of being a part of the professional world. For me personally, I know INTERalliance has definitely helped me so much to get involved already at an early age, and it's really empowered me personally to, you know, take the opportunities that I'm getting right now and make the most of them. And so you can scan that little QR code over there to sign up for the club. But if you do have any other additional questions that you didn't come up with right now, you can email both of us or either of us on that email listed over there. I just want to open it up again. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask them right now. Well, that's all we have for you guys today. It was a pretty short meeting, but Mina, do you have anything to add on?
I don't think so, but just thank you guys so much for coming and just being supportive of us trying to create this Girls Who Code Club. We really hope that all of you fill out the form and join our club, and I think it's going to be really beneficial to you, even if you don't end up becoming a programmer. But the skills that you learn here will be really beneficial and just so invaluable in your futures.
Heather, do you have anything to add on?
Yep, just to wrap up, first of all, great job, Mina, Yushi. This was an incredible session. We've been trying to get the Girls Who Code INTERalliance chapter off the ground for the last probably year and a half. So we're really excited to have their leadership through this. But this is a really, really great opportunity to expand your networking capabilities. So I've said this to Mina and Yushi a million times. Cincinnati is very large and very small at the same time. So building this really great network of strong, capable female technologists will just benefit you in the future, whether or not you decide to become a developer or cybersecurity analyst or whatever you plan to do in the future. But great job, guys.
Thank you.